What's up, Reapers? Welcome back to the crypt. We're doing the third part of my CD collection series. Just a little side note. I'm aware that I don't have a whole bunch of albums from certain bands. So if I say a band is my favorite and don't, or is one of my favorites and don't have every album, I've only started collecting these since the pandemic had started. I will also um like to point out that this will more than likely not be the only CD collection series on this channel. Um, so part of the reason I'm doing this is to see where my collection is now versus where it's gonna be in like 5 years. Um, I'm also going to be straight up. Um, I held off on doing this because there were some albums and bands I wanted to get more from, but I realized that's gonna take forever and ever and ever, and I don't wanna have uh, two CD collection series videos on the channel, and yeah, I'm going to do another one, hopefully with better quality, etc. Um, but with that out of the way, the first band we got up is like kind of sludgy deathcore. Annotations of an Autopsy with The Reign of Darkness. I got this from Nuclear Blast, I believe. I just grabbed like 4 CDs. There's like I could get like 3 CDs and one free, something like that. So um, this was one of the albums I chose, and I was like, all right, cool. Um, haven't really spent a whole lot of time with this. I might actually give it a spin after this. I mean, this is just really good stuff. I do remember liking some of the tracks like In Snakes I Bathe, uh, Born Dead, Bone Crown, Portrait of Souls, Into the Black Lumber, but I don't remember much. Next up is, what's funny is when I got my first Metalhead box before I started doing this channel, I got, or one of my first Metalhead boxes, I got an advertisement for this album and I actually checked it out and it was pretty good. Excuse me, death metal. Um, this is Apparition with Feel. Really good, dirty death metal, but it's not something I've spent a whole lot of time with. Not really much to say. Except unfortunately, this is the only thing I have from this band, which is one of the bands I was really hoping to get more from before uh, continuing this series on because I love them so much. Archgoat with the All Christianity Ends EP. Just 4 tracks. If you know my channel and you've been listening to, sorry, there were people outside. And you know the underground, you already know fucking Archgoat. My favorite track is probably The Semen of Anti-Mastery, but this whole EP is pretty good. Good finish. Blackened Death, War Metal Gods. Next up is a band I've seen twice now, and I actually got a picture with the vocalist. First band I ever got to stage dive to as well. I also heard last time I saw him this year, I heard someone was doing the atheist, and that should give you a hint who it is. This atheist, piece of time. Basically they were doing atheist, and it kind of died out. So I started chanting atheist, and got the whole room to start. Um, Awesome band live. The mere fact that I got to meet Kelly Schaefer, and he even helped me correct on how I should stage dive, because I am very much a learner and stuff like that. Um, God, there's not a single track on here that I can really recommend. You just gotta listen to it. I will say though, there are a couple of demos, so yeah. I mean, that is just one hell of a listing. My dad got this and the next album from like an island after we saw them opening for Suffocation last year. And when I saw them last year, they were saying like they were announcing like Unholy War or something like that. And I said, "Fuck yeah!" And he's like, "My man knows what's up." So I told him like, "Yeah, you probably don't remember, but I was in the crowd last year." He said that you were playing Unholy War or whatever, and I said, "Fuck yeah!" You're like, "A man knows what's up." Felt kind of awkward because I realized that was probably stupid, but what can you do, huh? And then my favorite Atheist album, Unquestionable Presence. I actually have a shirt of this now, um, from when I saw him last year. Um, in a, an Incarnation's Dream is probably my favorite uh track on here. Um, next up is a Gorehouse release. This is A Tall with Fallout Frenzy. Pretty good, like brutal death stuff. I mean, nothing to really write home about. I just realized I haven't been doing this. I think it's Battlestar Gonorrhea. I remember Classy Metal Lonnie here on YouTube made a funny little video on a Gorehouse unboxing for a grab bag and mentioned that track. So I actually had stuck this in because I actually owned it then. Skipped to that track and I was like, it's actually kind of catchy, and I could not get enough of it afterwards. But not something I listen to all the time. Next up is Augury with Fragmentary Evidence. I haven't actually spun this yet. I should probably do that soon. I got it from like Amazon last year. Um, and yeah, it was just one of those blind buys. Next up is the only album I own from this band, and that said, it's not a bad band or album. It's actually my favorite from them, personally. It's just they're not a band I go to often. Autopsy, Mental Funeral. I mean, you should know Autopsy, guys. If you don't know Autopsy, and yeah, I mean, I do have the patch on my vest. I just don't listen to them as much as I did back when I first made that vest, but keeping it on there just because, yeah. Oh, I didn't change this out. Next up is Avulsed Ritual Zombie. I haven't even changed the case since I showed it. I don't know if you can actually see that, but there's a giant ass crack in there. think the song "Horrified by Repulsion" is pretty good. They cover "Zombie Ritual" and it's pretty good, but nothing I would write home about. I just remembered the name from somewhere, so I just got it unsevered, and I'm like, all right, cool. This is a name I'm gonna butcher the hell out of. Ayakasi Kagura with Zenryu. Yeah. It's probably not gonna show up. It doesn't even show up well in my site. This is just like some Japanese anime based like brutal death sort of stuff. I don't really know how to explain it. I think I got this on maybe Amazon. I don't remember. If it was Amazon, I think I remember being initially shocked I found it on there. But it's just like it's grindy sort of stuff at points. Finally, we're starting off bees. This is a album I got in the Metalhead box before it even came out somehow. It says Beholder with Arcane Subreptus. I like that it looks like a vinyl there. And the tracks. That's something I listen to a whole lot, but just some pretty good stuff. I think it was on my end of the year list last year. Next up is the only album from this band I own. Unfortunately, it is one of my favorites, but it's not my absolute favorite. They're also just not a band I listen to a whole lot of, but they're still very good. This is Belphegor with Necrodaemon Terracedon. There you go. And you have a goat fornicating with a human woman. The title track was actually my introduction to Belphegor. Go down. Yeah, the first track on here, the title track, is what got me into Belphegor, but not like my favorite. Necrodaemon Terracedon, Vomit Upon the Cross, Diabolical Possession, Sadism Unbound. Yeah. Just pretty good stuff, I guess. Next up, my parents got me this, and I listened to it, and it's alright. I'm not sure about a lot. Also, another thing I wanted to say is I also wanted to wait because I have so many albums down on my shelf from this year, so but whatever. But anyway, going back to this is Beneath the Mask of Dystopia. Saw it and thought I would like it, and I've spent not a whole lot of time with it, but I think it's the song Reign of Terror or Our Common Grave. Yeah, I don't really know much about Beneath the Massacre. And finally, this was a blind buy from Amazon, I know for a fact. This was really aggressive and surprising that they had this. This is a split between Bastille Mockery and Unholy Massacre called eve of the Bastille Massacre. I mean, it's like very Bastille black metal sort of stuff. I need to spend some time with some of these because I just have not done that. But that's it for part 3. Like I said, obviously there will be more CDs coming in. You won't be getting as many updates, especially now we are getting super close to a point in time I can't buy much because of the holidays. Other than that, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. As always, keep it grabbing.